You know, it's tough to have a solid opening when I have no idea when you'll watch this video. I want to be polite and welcoming and saying good morning, but when you're watching this at 10 on a night, well, it's a bit confusing. So allow me to let Jim Carrey's Truman Burbank help me out, okay? See, now everything's covered. Phew! Anyway, welcome to week 4. Welcome to unit 2. Welcome to September. If we can keep this energy up, we can carry this through the first third of the course. You got this. Oh yeah, a quick note for those of you who are not listening to my sage advice to start early in the week. For those of you who are panicking and watching this on a Friday or a Saturday or, God forbid, Sunday, I will be out of the country from Friday morning until Sunday night, and I will not be answering emails or pleas for help. I'm letting everyone know this 4 days early, so plan ahead, folks. It's a family trip, and you're not the only ones who deserve a bit of time off, eh? Now, as you can see from the announcement, here's the, remember, don't mess this up, I'm going to be away. Unit 1 is in the past, Unit 2 is coming, here's our video, the chapter listing, here's what to preview, coming in week 7 is your next research paper, or your next paper. Then we have a couple things to read here, some assignments, okay. The only homework that we have for this week, which is going to be due on the 22nd, is going to be a discussion board here. Now, remember, this will not appear on the calendar. That's a known bug with this software, and it's most definitely not my fault. So, remember that, okay? So, other than that, if you will do me the honor of rolling over here, clicking on the 102 Masterclass schedule, and then scrolling down to week number 4, we can begin. It's easy to find because it's under Unit 2, and there it is. As you can see, there are 3 documents that you're going to look at. One quote-unquote class exercise / quiz that's not going to count, but it's really helpful to you, so that's really helpful. And then a single assignment. Seriously, we're only really going to go through 2 of these because we've already gone through the SIRS to conduct research. And I'm going to quickly show you the sample and directions for your Unit 2's paper. Then, of course, a discussion board. That's it. Will this be the week that I finally go less than 10 minutes? God, I hope so. I'm tired of these damn long videos. So let's chat about the first document and get right into it. What is an informative research essay? Clicking on that, and we're going to see it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. This will be the Unit 2 paper, and this is how we do it. I'm not a huge fan of the title of this because it makes you sound like you're just kind of writing a what is cancer paper or what is an internal combustion engine. But that is most definitely not the case. It is not a straight informational paper. It used to be called a comparing perspectives paper, which is so much closer to the truth. Basically, what you're going to do is really dig deep into a minimum of 2 sides of your argument. Obviously, the one side you already agree with, and the other side that you don't agree with. For some of you, this one versus the other is very easy because you have a binary argument. For others, you have a much more nuanced argument, so you might have to think outside the box and find a strong side which is one of many. In any case, you will be looking for the overall perspective rather than the specific sources this time. This is the key difference from the first paper. And then, of course, you're going to reassemble the pieces into an understandable argument. It's called a synthesis. There are a lot of building blocks that you can put together in any way that you want, and not everyone will put them together in the same way unless they're following very specific instructions. Think of Legos. When you get a new Lego set, probably about 99% of the people empty the box out, and they build the intended kit with the instructions. They end up with a boat, or a castle, or a spaceship, or a bust of Darth Vader. Perfect. They look at it for a little while, play with it for a little while, and then what? They take it apart. Now, yes, some people do put these pieces away to build the exact same thing later, but some, well, we say, I can take this castle apart and I can build a boat. Or I can change Darth Vader into a spaceship. The pieces remain the same, but now our own ideas and our own creativity let us put those exact same pieces together in a brand new way, creating a brand new result. That is synthesis. That is what you're going to be doing in this paper. Now, you can go through this page again. It's got the cute little pictures here, which honestly aren't really doing much, except for showing you that, hey, this is 1, 2, 3, and some odd paper here. So it's a 3-page paper here, but it should be longer, right? Absolutely. Here is your sample paper and explanation, which you can go through. See, you can see it's 4 to 6 pages total, but they're only giving you 3 full pages. I would actually fail this paper because it doesn't meet the minimum requirements. But you have this, and you just go through it, and you can see what this is all about, and this is great. This is actually kind of a helpful Google slide, which is nice. You can download the copy right here in a PDF or the regular old link of the Microsoft Word document, or you can take a quick look at the requirements. The ones that you're going to care most about, 4 to 6 pages total, first and third person point of view. Do not use second person. No, use yours, okay? And you're going to have the information down here, which is great. However, I think once again we can do a little bit better. I will not go over this today because it's not due for another 4 weeks, but I want you to have access to it so you can see what the end result will be. All the information is here, just like the first essay. I've got a bigger explanation of what each piece of the structure does and how it goes together. Tells you that the sample essay is going to be on the next few pages, and here it is. Okay, you can look right through it. It's going to tell you exactly what you need, headers, everything. All the formatting is the same. It's lovely. It's wonderful. It's amazing. Oh, it's great. Okay, finishing up with the references. I'm going to make a big deal of this in a few weeks, but right now I just want you to know where it is in case you need to look at it. So for those of you who want to look ahead, that's the page to look at, okay? That's what we're doing next. Perfect. So, what's the next one? Well, it's going to be finding your synthesis question, which is right there. And it's actually a very important page. There's a lot of you that need to learn the difference between what's called a question of fact, or what I like to refer to as a closed question, or a question of opinion, or like what I like to refer to as an open question. A question of fact, or a closed question, is a question where the answer is brief and definitive. What time is it? What color is that? What type of car is that? All these are quick and easy answers. A question of opinion, or an open question, is something where the answer can be debated for hours or days or months or decades or centuries. What happens after we die? Is there life out in the vast reaches of space? Will the Philadelphia Flyers ever win another Stanley Cup? Sadly, the last answer does break my heart a little bit. God, it's tough being a Philadelphia sports fan. You young people have no idea the decades of heartbreak we old warhorses have endured. In any case, you get the idea which question is which. You can start to build your own synthesis questions in that case, and that is a question which introduces your argument to the masses and is specific enough not to cause a lot of confusion. You have to avoid the vagueness and the direct answers and be a bit more open-minded about the information. Once you get through this, you can just start to say, hey, I'm going to look for sources related to my topic. I'm going to skim the sources to get the gist. Skim. You don't have to read them all. Just kind of go through them and see what pops out at you. Write a big list of questions of opinion. That way it opens it up. Universal basic income. Should America adopt it? Is the UBI a threat to American capitalism? Does the federal government... See, this is dated now. Does anybody really care about cryptocurrency anymore? Internet gambling and so forth. I know internet gambling's all over the damn place. I can't watch a Phillies game without ever seeing commercials for BetMGM and all that crap. Anyway, choose the best question for you. Go through and figure out which ones are vague, which ones are solid, which ones are going to help you. That is really, really helpful. So, going back to our schedule for the week, you can see there's one more document here, using SIRS to conduct research. We have already kind of gone through this, and you are welcome to go through it again, going through the Google slide here. It works. It's nice. It's fine. The database tutorial was created by the Delaware Tech librarians for you, so you can go through it. But we already kind of talked through it and figured out what was going on. Remember, you can either click on this link right here to get to it, or if you go back to the main page, click on Library, and then right down here to SIRS, that's how you get to it as well. So any of this will work for you, okay? If you have any questions and it didn't get answered, please feel free to email me. I'll be more than happy to answer it, but just make sure you do it early. All right, last but not least. Oh, wait, not last but not least. We have our questions of opinion or fact class exercise. I do not have that on there, so I'll just click on that and open it up. And it's really a Google slideshow that you can go through and decide which one of the following is a question of fact or a question of opinion. So basically, if it is a question of fact, just transform it into a question of opinion. If you have any questions about whether you're doing it right, email me. For example, does youth football need stricter safety standards? That's like a yes or no question, right? So it's a question of opinion, so you have to figure out kind of what sort of ideas we're going to put in there. Does texting while driving increase the chance of getting into an accident? That is most definitely a question of fact because you can prove or disprove this with statistics. Okay? So go through the rest of that and take your time. Figure it out. Finally, we have the discussion board for homework. I know, you're all excited about discussion boards. I actually really like them. You all wake up a little bit. If you take it seriously, I can see the wheels turning in your head. I can also see who just doesn't give a damn. It's a win-win for me. So, click on that. You'll get this up here. And what are you going to do? Well, using the same topic that you did before, you're going to answer these 5 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And I would like you to give me at least 2 to 3 sentences per answer to give me a nice, fully fleshed out discussion board post. What I've done for you is I've given you a sample. Once again, I have asked you, please do not reply to this sample. And I've given you actually an English teacher discussion post because it's long. It's 3 paragraphs. I basically took 2 bullet points for each, somewhat. And then I want you to also reply to 2 of your response, 2 of your peers, okay? So make sure that you can get to that and figure out who you want to respond to. I've even given you an example of what the responses should look like because for the first unit, I got a lot of single words and single sentences. I want to see something a little bit more involved, okay? All right. That's the week. Hopefully it's not that stressful for you. I hope everyone is enjoying the burgeoning NFL season. Other than that, the Fightin' Phils have about a dozen games remaining in the season before Red October docks once again in the city of brotherly love. You ready for that? Of course you're not. Whether you are or you're not, have a great week. Ooh, less than 14 minutes.